Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Feed Your Fat Face podcast. We had to let Kevin go, budget cuts. So, no, I'm just kidding. We had something come up this week, so I asked my boy Carson to join us back in. Carson, what's going on, man?
What's up? How's it going?
Good, dude. Welcome back to the podcast, dude.
Thank you.
Your be a little louder. Your wings episode was really well received. Have I told you the stats?
I don't believe you have.
I believe that you are our second most watched episode of all time.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. So well done on that. So today we're going to bring it back. We're going to talk about a little one of your other loves, one of your other great food loves. But before we get there, how's things, man? It's your senior year. We're full on into it's baseball season now, so we're in the home stretch. How are you doing, man?
Pretty good. Busy. Lots of baseball games all the time. Prom coming up.
I don't know about you, but I'm eating more sunflower seeds than ever, really.
Yeah, I started off strong, but recently I've been eating less in terms of like games and whatnot. Just I don't really like to like have the sunflower seeds in while I'm like playing.
Right.
So that's more. I mean, being a PO, a pitcher only, I spend a lot of time in the dugout. So when I'm in the dugout, I find myself eating seeds quite a bit.
What's your go-to?
Dill pickle.
Now, is that just by availability? Because the folks may not know, but your dad donated 60 pounds of dill pickle sunflower seeds to the baseball team this year.
No, I've always, even since I was a kid, I've preferred dill pickle seeds.
That's one of those signs of the time thing. When I was a kid, when people my age were kids, the only flower of sunflower seed was sunflower seed.
Salted. Yum. Get your daily dose of sodium.
Yeah, man. Interestingly, I'm eating a lot less sunflower seeds this year as well because as I'm announcing, I'm the PA announcer for the Bandera Bulldog varsity baseball team. And as such, I don't think that it's wise to chew sunflower seeds while you're calling a game. You get a little mumble mouth. Yeah, right. And so I haven't been doing that. I've been avoiding that. But
Smart.
yeah, having a lot of fun, man. What are you gonna? I was thinking earlier as I was preparing for this. When you're away next year, Texas A&M, you can't say wings because we already did the wing episode. But what like home food are you gonna miss the most?
Honestly, it's probably one specific like home food meal, just like home food in general, because I'm probably gonna be eating a lot of just simple like chicken and rice or.
Yeah, I mean, if there's not a lot of most dorms don't have kitchens in them, so
I think mine has a community kitchen, but definitely won't be cooking there every night.
Yeah, for sure. You'll just miss home cooked meals in general.
Yeah. Y'all make some pretty good stuff. So
Mom and I try. We've always tried to not just be boring regular food people. So that sounds bad. Not boring regular food. We've always tried to keep it fresh, rotate it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd say probably those maybe those tacos you make on the Blackstone.
Oh, those are pretty legit.
Really good.
Mom's been making homemade mozzarella lately.
Yeah, I just wanted to have some with the sourdough.
Yeah,
homemade mozzarella and sourdough, so I can eat those together.
It's been, in my opinion, super good.
Yeah, really, really good.
So we're gonna talk. What are we talking about today?
Sandwiches.
We're gonna talk sandwiches because you are a bit of a sandwich connoisseur.
That I am.
Yeah. How did this? When do you remember it starting? How did this shape up?
I think it was really like a subconscious thing. Like I didn't even realize. I guess homeschool when we were younger, I was with Mom a lot, and obviously Mom likes sandwiches.
Mom does like a good
sandwich.
sandwich.
Kind of eating, always going Jimmy John's, Subway. I've always liked Schlotzsky's. So my favorite restaurants have been sandwiches, and then Mom making that was kind of a main lunch food at home, was having just sandwiches, just your simple meat, cheese.
Well, this Friday we had kind of I learned an important lesson. I have always been a little I don't know, sandwiches haven't been my favorite meal, but we went to Subway after your game, and it was actually Subway's redoing their menu, and it was pretty fire.
It is.
It was
Subway
really good.
Stepped it up.
Here's my thing about, I actually like the flavor of Jimmy John's sandwiches. Do you know what my problem is with them? And I don't know if you've experienced
chewy bread.
Yeah, the chewy bread, it actually makes my jaw hurt by the time I'm done with an entire sandwich. Yeah. But other than that, I guess I just realized that, and your mom's in the other room. She can probably hear this, and it's probably going to make her real mad, but I've just probably been wrong about sandwiches, and they're probably been fine all this time.
I've always liked sandwiches, so I'm not sure.
So, yeah. I feel, though, like you went next level somewhere over the last couple. You think it was over COVID when we were just, like, trapped in the house?
So, it just started, I guess kind of what I was building up to is that always like having it when I was a kid, kind of like I just like noticed, especially recently, like towards when you said, I've just noticed like anytime there's anything, y'all are eating like some kind of chicken, I go in there and grab some bread and make it a sandwich, or mom makes there's just so many times where I'll make something, or when I eat a lot of like frozen chicken strips just because that's easy to have, and I find myself putting the chicken and making it a sandwich. But
I've noticed, at least it seems to me, that over the last maybe year or so, you think sandwich. Like we'll have a dinner and you'll be like, this would make a gas sandwich.
Yeah, because there's just, there's so much you can do with a sandwich, just like flavors inside, but also the bread and the cheese and the sauces. Sandwiches are very versatile.
What's the most important component to a good sandwich in your opinion?
I would say, I'm going to give it obvious and a kind of one that you wouldn't think about as, well, maybe you do think, I don't know. Bread has to be good bread.
Sure.
It can't, I'm not a big just like loaf of bread guy.
Okay. So you want something special.
I don't know, sourdough, obviously that's probably my favorite kind of bread in general, but I also really like, any just like, I don't know, it's, I guess just like fresh, like white bread, I guess.
Yeah. So you're not a big fan of like the store-bought processed. Yeah. No, so like the stuff, Maddie gave us that bread machine, and when I make white bread, that stuff's okay for a sandwich.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And then another thing that's really important to a sandwich, I think, that I feel like a lot of people don't think about is the sauces you put on it. Because like a lot of people just want to go like mayonnaise or ketchup or mustard or whatever. But I feel like you got to have like some good sauce to go with it, depending on what it is.
Well, you've been using a particular flavor a lot lately. Your dill.
Oh yeah, that's really subtle. I don't even know if I notice it when I eat it, but I don't know, the sandwich I was
a little fresh
made with it on it. Yeah. But I don't know, the sandwiches, I don't really like spicy, but there's some sandwich I make where I'll put some sriracha on there, and it really, where you don't quite notice it, but it like adds something to the sandwich. Like you wouldn't think it's the sauce, but it really does. The right sauce like steps up a sandwich.
My favorite sandwich you've ever made. Do you know what it is?
I think so.
Yeah. You guess. It's the cam sandwich.
Yeah.
Explain that one. That one was elite.
Yeah. So that one I got these cordon bleu stuffed chicken breasts.
Yeah. So the ones you buy at Sam's in the frozen section. They're just pre-made. You cook them in the oven, but it's chicken cordon bleu. Yeah.
Swiss and
ham.
Some ham inside. So I took that. I cooked those, and I like butterflied it, and then we had this jalapeno cheese bread, and I took that, and so I put the chicken breast on it, and the ham and the Swiss, and then I put some mozzarella on top of that, and then some of that dill, some mayonnaise, some sriracha, and I think that's it.
When you made it, I thought, I was like, it's too much. Like he's gone.
Yeah, because I do kind of just, when I'm making a sandwich, I kind of just like random stuff.
Yeah. And so I was like, nah, dude, he's jumped the shark. But it was delicious.
Some of the best sandwiches I made are just spontaneous, like random. Like I remember I looked in the fridge one time, and we didn't have very much. I can't remember what kind of bread it was. I think it was probably just some simple like sourdough or fresh loaf or something. And then I put, it was ham. And then for the cheese, I did cream cheese. And I think I put a little lettuce maybe, and then some fresh garden salsa.
Oh, that was really good. Like
so
salsa that mom had made?
Yeah. And so that with the cream cheese and the ham.
That sounds amazing.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. That sounds actually really, really good. I like you're willing to experiment with sauces. Like you'll just start whipping up a dip, and I'm like, attaboy.
Yeah, I have. I've made some that turns out like a off-brand cane sauce. I've done some kind of just different flavor profiles, because like I said, that's a pretty important part of a sandwich. I've done some. I've done like I said, I've used that on a few actually, sour cream and like garden salsa, and then I've done some that's like, I don't even know. There's some with like, I don't remember what I did, but there was one using like soy sauce and something similar to that.
Does Cam enjoy a sandwich as well? Does she share your passion?
Not quite. I mean, she likes sandwiches, but one thing that I think sets us apart is she does not like mayonnaise, and I think mayonnaise is a base from
her mayonnaise opinion and her deviled egg opinion. Like I'm pro Cam, and I'm excited that she's a part of our family. We got work to do. Yeah, she's a good kid though overall.
She only likes Subway mayonnaise because it's fake.
Oh, but it's actually Kraft. Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Yeah,
so these I had in my mind, if I can remember them, 3 questions that I think I hope they they're not the same in my head. So hopefully they come up. One, favorite restaurant what was your favorite sandwich restaurant?
Sandwich restaurant or restaurant sandwich?
First, sandwich restaurant.
Sandwich restaurant. I mean, one of my go-tos that I do really like is Schlotzsky's.
Yeah.
I think it's the bread for me and just the quantity of they have good proportions of. I feel like a lot.
You're
of
also
places,
an olive guy. No, you don't like olives.
Yeah, they're all right.
Who likes olives?
Cameron likes
olives. Yeah.
I used to get them on my Subway sandwich, but they're just it's a sometimes kind of thing.
Okay, I would go forced to pick one of the restaurants. I'd probably go Firehouse.
Firehouse is very good. I would put that probably.
Something about the way they steam the sandwiches or something. I think that's what I think it is.
Very solid.
So then the next is, what is your favorite restaurant sandwich?
Actually, you reminded me. So I would say it's tied between two. I would say, but they're the same kind of sandwich. I would say it's tied between the Schlotzsky's Turkey Bacon Club and the Firehouse Turkey Bacon Club.
Okay,
because those are two very good.
It's so funny. You and I are similar in a lot of ways, but like when it comes to proteins, like I can't imagine myself ever choosing a turkey sandwich.
Deli, I don't like turkey. Like we're gonna carve it off the bone, but like deli turkey is really good. And I'm not a big ham fan in general.
Yeah, that's for me. I'll take your Black Forest ham all day.
Fresh or deli ham's all right, but I would prefer deli chicken or deli turkey.
Do you ever get sad when you hear that something's for dinner? Does it ever make you sad?
I don't know if I could think any specific.
It does for me. Ham is that
definitely.
thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if someone's like, oh, for the holiday we're just gonna have ham, and then
Thanksgiving ham.
And then people ask this question, which I never understood. People go, well, do you want it cold or warm? I'm like, well, I'm already sad. Don't serve me cold dinner.
Yeah.
That makes it worse.
Another thing that usually accompanies the ham that makes me sad when I hear is like the mashed sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top.
That's not your jam, huh?
Oh, just looking at it makes me want to, I hate it.
Remember that Thanksgiving when we skipped all of that and we just had like pizza and chips
awesome.
and queso?
Shout out to me for throwing up
Shout out to you for getting a stomach bug. We watched the Cowboys Redskins and we played trains.
That was super cool.
That was a big time.
We got Cowboys M&Ms too.
Yeah, it was one of the best, one of my favorite Thanksgivings, I think.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, man. And then finally, what's your favorite go-to sandwich? Like, so we've talked restaurant sandwich. Just doesn't even have to be anything fancy. Just like you're home, you're gonna go whip up a sandwich. What are you hoping we have? What's your go-to?
Well, I'm hoping we have probably one of like those frozen chicken breasts because I made it that way, the cam which we call it. But you can really just. I like sandwiches with chicken, like warm chicken. So if I can get one of those or like some chicken that I can do whatever we have in the fridge with.
So chicken is like the palate you like to start from.
Yeah, chicken's my palate for really every kind of food.
All right. Well, let me ask you. I've got a few sandwich questions. Let's work through some of these. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Do you happen to know who the sandwich was named after and when it was popularized?
Sandwich.
Well, he was the 4th Earl of Sandwich, which is a town, but you know this particular Earl's name?
I do not.
John Montague. This was in the 18th century. Do you know why he invented the sandwich?
I feel like I do. I just can't think of it.
He was an avid card player, and he wanted to have a meal that he could eat really quickly with one hand or hands-free even while playing cards. He didn't want to stop.
Similar to the Mongolians making hamburgers.
Right, yeah. Very similar concept. He didn't want to stop. So this, I had to get more information on, but I found it. What would you guess in weight, the world's largest, I'll say heaviest sandwich?
Oh, the heaviest sandwich? I'm going to guess around 30 pounds.
So it was made in Mexico in 2004 in Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico. It was I'm just reading the thing here. It was an ambitious project undertaken during the city's annual Fiesta del Pitic celebration. It was crafted by a team of volunteers and culinary experts who spent hours assimilating the colossal creation.
Can I change my answer then?
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, we're going to break a world record and make a giant sandwich, I'm going to guess probably close to 1,500 pounds.
The sandwich measured an astounding 7,910 feet and weighed in at over 5,000 pounds. Put that in perspective, that's longer than 14 American football fields end to end.
My gosh, how did they make a piece of bread that big?
That is a great question. The ingredients used in this sandwich included various types of bread, meats, cheeses, vegetables, and condiments, carefully constructed and sliced into manageable portions for distribution to the public. The event drew huge crowds, and it was a Guinness record-breaking.
I feel like at that point, it's multiple sandwiches, though. If it's not one piece of bread, multiple sandwiches.
Oh, that's an interesting point. So you would challenge their record?
Yeah.
So
I would say for it to be a world record sandwich, it has to be one piece of bread. Huh. You can do whatever inside, but I think it has to be like two evenly sized pieces of bread. It can't be like giant piece of bread, giant piece of bread, giant piece of bread, giant piece of bread.
Okay.
Even if they're touching whatever, you can pull them apart.
That changes the game.
Yeah. I would say to be a sandwich, it has to be one continuous, unbroken piece of bread.
I'm gonna allow that.
Unless it's one piece of bread that's cut, like when you get a sub sandwich and they like cut it in half, still one sandwich. But like if it originates as different pieces of bread, multiple sandwiches.
Well, so in this next question, I'd be curious then to know, by that standard, this maybe would be your record holder. So think again, record breaking. What would you guess the Guinness World Record for most layers in a sandwich?
And this was like, oh, we're going to do this to break a world record?
Yep.
Probably 150.
150?
Yeah.
I'm going to get a few more details for you. It was 60 layers. And let's see what it says. Sandwich consists of 60 layers, carefully curated with a variety of ingredients to ensure both structural integrity and delicious flavor combinations like cheese, ham, lettuce, but also grilled vegetables, spreads, condiments. Every layer contributed to the sandwich's impressive stature and taste.
What's the point of that, though? Because you're not going to be able to eat that.
No, I think sometimes at that you're just trying to draw attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Or to your cause, I guess.
Or you could split it into multiple sandwiches and be like, you're eating the mayonnaise layer of our sandwich.
But then again,
you're eating the cheese layer.
But then again, we're back to this as separate sandwiches.
Yeah. But I'm just saying for consumption, there's no way to eat it besides taking it layer by layer.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's the same size bread and it's like stacked up, that counts as one sandwich still.
So this next one I actually remember happening. The most expensive sandwich ever sold for $28,000, and it was a simple grilled cheese because the grill pattern, something about the sandwich, it resembled the Virgin Mary. I think it was on eBay. But I remember it was a big news story. People who were my age would remember that.
There was something like that on eBay with a Cheeto that looked like the Statue of Liberty.
Can you imagine paying $28,000 for a grilled cheese?
It's going to get moldy. What are you going to like?
Maybe not. If it's the Virgin, maybe it's miraculous.
Okay.
You're like, I don't have anything for that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe so.
Did you know, have you ever heard of Elvis Presley's favorite sandwich?
Wasn't it like fried peanut butter and jelly?
Peanut butter, banana, and bacon.
Oh. Wasn't it fried? Oh, no, you just liked fried peanut butter.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think about bacon on a peanut butter sandwich?
I mean, I'm not
really... It's the bananas that throw me.
I may not comment on that because I've been proven wrong. Like, one thing, like bean, cheese, and bacon, like when I heard of that, I was like, there's no way that's going to be good. But then, so I won't knock it. I'd probably have to try it before I give a formal opinion. I'd say I'm not much of a peanut butter guy, but I do like bananas and bacon. So maybe Elvis liked it. Can't be that bad.
Or, I mean, I guess it depends on how you define good, right?
Look at him. Look how he ended up.
It didn't go well for him.
No, it didn't.
Do you have a guess as to the oldest known sandwich recipe? Okay, answer, and then I have a...
218 years.
So I would say the oldest known sandwich recipe dates back to the 1st century BC, found in the ancient Jewish text, the Talmud. But then, if that's true, then doesn't that contradict the first point?
That's why I made a guess of in the.
So which is it? Is it 18th century or is it?
I feel like it depends on what they're defining sandwich as. Like, I feel like that's when it dubbed the name a sandwich. But way back in the 1st century, it was probably like, oh yeah, you have your flatbread and some stuff in between it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time with that.
Conflicted.
How many sandwiches will you guess by the age 20 the average American will have eaten by the age 20?
20,000.
1,500.
Okay, I way overshot that.
Yeah. Well, you're not.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. 20,000 wouldn't add up.
If you're like a really aggressive sandwich eater.
Yeah, maybe. I probably will have eaten like 2,500.
Let's go the other way. What makes a bad sandwich?
Bad sandwich, dry. Ugh. If I eat a sandwich and I'm like eating and like midway through a bite, I'm like, bad. That's one reason sauce is important, because if a sandwich is dry, it makes it unbearable. Like I almost can't eat it. Like if the bread's too dry, that's another thing. The bread has to have at least some moisture. The bread can't be just like dry.
Yeah, a dry sandwich is.
If I'm eating a sandwich,
makes me real sad.
I'd rather just not eat than eat a dry sandwich.
Yeah, man. What else? Anything else to make a bad sandwich?
I mean, not that I can think, besides like expired ingredients, maybe just like conflicting flavor profiles, like maybe peanut butter and banana and bacon.
Yeah, that
might make a bad sandwich. Yeah, I feel like conflicting like if you have sweet and not sweet.
Yeah, it just doesn't all come together. It just doesn't jive.
Maybe also like obscure ingredients, like trying to do too much to make like, here's our squid sandwich, canned squid, something like, I don't know, just obscure.
Do you trust other people to make you a sandwich, or do you need control of the medium?
Like if I'm going to a restaurant and it's like, oh yeah, this sandwich, like I'll trust that. Like if I'm at home or at someone's house and they're like, hey, do you want a sandwich? Like I'll be like, yeah, like I'll go make it. Like when I'm at Cam's, sometimes we'll have sandwiches for dinner. I'll go make my sandwich.
I can't trust somebody else at their house with their ingredients to make me a sandwich. I just can't do it.
Yeah, because I don't know what they do.
It caused a lot of tension for a long time. I was reluctant to let Mom make me a sandwich. But in my defense, like she would tell me, like she just will look at me and go, I won't make a grilled cheese the way that you like it.
Yeah. Cam won't make me sandwiches because she doesn't like mayonnaise, and I won't eat a sandwich without, like just a simple sandwich without mayonnaise, but she hates mayonnaise so much she can't even put it on a sandwich. So,
hey, good news. 2017, a group of Texas students, a 300-foot long peanut butter and jelly, largest peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever.
Was that one piece of bread, though?
Go Texas. It does appear so.
Really?
It appears so.
300-foot long. That's impressive. Where'd they find an oven that big?
Maybe they cooked it in stones or something.
Maybe. I approve. That's good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Texas, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Texas is
bigger
killing
in
it.
Texas.
Yeah. I don't know that there's any more sandwich facts to go over. What are some other sandwich things that people need to know about? If you could only eat one sandwich, but you had to eat it at least 3 times a week, every week for the rest of your life, what's that sandwich?
What are the parameters here?
None.
Probably just that canned sandwich I was talking about. Just good bread.
Is a hamburger a sandwich?
I would say if you're going technical, yeah. But I think just because it's like, it's become its own category just because like it is its own.
So for you, it's like spirit of the law. It's like letter of the law, yes. Spirit of the law, no.
Yeah, because I mean it is.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Correct.
No, that's not. That's also
It's its own thing, but it's certainly not a sandwich.
Yeah, I mean the only argument is that it's a sub sandwich, but no, it's. Absolutely.
Yeah, Uncle Jason tried to trap me on that the other day about sub sandwiches.
It's not that. That. I feel like that's also because you got to think of it. Hot dogs are their own thing, and while it is in a sub sandwich form, it's not like a sub is a sandwich and a hot dog is like a sub. So a hot dog, it's like sandwiches were a thing, and then subs kind of branched off sandwiches, and they're kind of like a different thing,
like a subset.
So you can't say that a hot dog is a sandwich because it slightly resembles that subset. Because like if it were like all sandwiches were like that and then someday hot dogs showed up, then maybe. But since it's kind of a different, like it's just, no.
If you opened a sandwich restaurant, what would you be inclined to call it?
Man, hold on, I put way too much thought into stuff like this.
Yeah, that wasn't a fair question to spring on you with no warning.
Let me give you one with no thought. I don't know, just like.
I don't want to put you in that kind of pressure, man. You're off the hook.
Maybe like power Power Sandwiches.
Power Sandwich. Oh, because you play off the name.
Maybe Power Subs.
Oh, that's good. That'd be good.
Yeah, because like our last name Powers.
It is. It's a strong name.
Yeah, strong.
That's a good name. You did great, man. You did another good job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I feel like we did a good job unpacking sandwiches. You pinched in late minute. It was clutch what you did tonight.
Well, I'm pretty good at making up stuff to say.
Well, you're welcome to join us anytime you want, and certainly from now on when you're home from college, we're gonna have to do this. But
we can do an episode once I come back about college food.
Let's do it. Well, hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for being supportive of Carson, helping make the show awesome. We love you guys. Kevin will be back next week, and we will see you then.